An eternal expanse of deep blue flecked with foaming white. The great ocean of Arcadia stretching on into infinity. And bobbing gently at its center, the closest as one can get to center on an infinite plane, is a pirate ship. Clean of all barnacles, a deep, rich brown, not a fleck of salt on its deck, and not a crease in its crisp white sails. Standing at the helm, looking out over the nothingness on the horizon, is the god of the sea and wanderers, Colin. A broad man, bushy-bearded, with a black tricorn hat jammed onto his head. His outfit made of deep purples and browns adorned with skulls and crossbones embedded into gold pins. Somewhere behind him, in the shadows of the sails, stands another god, just out of your vision. Like someone has gone into a memory and erased a figure from it. But they are there. You can feel their energy, you can feel the weight of their presence and the silence of their judgment as they stare at the back of Colin. As Colin looks out over his domain, he sighs deeply. It never changes, you know. The conditions are always perfect. Clear visibility, strong rear wind, sails in optimal condition. The crew never makes a mistake. The heavens never open up with storm or wind. The grog never runs short. I sail an eternal ocean, and I hate it. Down in my bones, I hate every second I spend out here. I miss a real ocean. I miss having limitations of not knowing what's around the next corner. I miss crew members who are half drunk or half stupid, tripping them over themselves, getting tangled up in the riggings. Oh, I miss the storm coming in and having to make that decision. Do you carry on towards it or turn around to safety? Adventure or another day. Oh, and I miss bad harmonies. Oh, every sea shanty's so goddamn perfect out here. Oh, I miss those imperfections. This place, it's not infinite, it's repetitive. It's a flip book with the same couple of pictures over and over again. I'm sailing in place. I'm completely still. I've never felt so tired. Never felt so powerless. I won't sleep anymore. All I do is lie in my hammock. Think about what we sacrificed to get this. Who we sacrificed. And I can't do it anymore. No, I'm sorry. Once we fulfill our obligations, I'm going to leave Arcadia. Whatever that means for me and my domain and my godhood, I don't care. Look, I hate disappointing you. We all hate disappointing you, and I think that's our problem. Every time one of us wants to change something, we look into your eyes. God, I just want to feel the sea salt on my face again. I want to rest. And I want to live amongst the believers again. So please, just let me go. Welcome to Forgotten Gods.
In the land of dice and fantasy, jump on board, we can guarantee there's a podcast that is so grand, where adventure is all is at hand. So step through the portal and roll some dice. Step through the portal, the adventuring portal is quite nice.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Forgotten Gods, a Dungeons & Dragons actual play podcast. I am your Dungeon Master, Bradley Ward, and joining me around the table today, in order from least dancingest feet to most dancingest feet, is John Frino.
I'm as still as a cucumber.
Alex Perritt.
Tap, 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 tap.
Adam Armitt. And Lee Omodei.
Help, I can't stop!
At the end of our last session, our minor gods had fought against Verrisa, the major god of love and desire. As you were all fighting desperately for your lives against some of your closest friends and deepest enemies, you were also collecting the abandoned weapons of the major gods, each one containing a little piece of power sheared off from the god themselves and left behind in this mortal realm. And with it, a memory, a little insight into the mind of that major god itself. Where we had finished off, Daara had placed her hand around the weapon of Colin, resulting in the little flash of memory that we all just heard at the beginning of this episode, if the editor has been so kind as to keep it in.
Nah.
So we come back into the present. Daara emerges from that memory, and you are standing in the field, the font of creation, the place where the major gods were born, where they left this mortal realm behind, where their great temple was built. Left behind on the battlefield are 4 swords, the Legend of Zelda game.
Let's play.
Let's
Great
I'm
game.
gonna do a poem and summon a console.
A
to play this
console.
game.
There were 6 at the beginning of this battle. 1 has since crumbled into dust, bereft of its power. And the 5th one, belonging to Verrisa, was handed off to Felix, the brother of Mallory, in the moments before he disappeared to return to Arcadia. The 4 remaining swords are the artifacts you came to get, hoping to fuel Bazelli's trans-dimensional teleportation spell to send you back to Arcadia. He needed something containing the essence of Arcadia, and this is it. So all you need to do at this point is return to Archcliff, and to do that, you have the teleportation devices around your neck. One of you presses the button, you all teleport. It is quiet, and the 4 of you are alone to recover, to discuss, and potentially look a little closer at these magical weapons. 3 of which Daara is currently... She is juggling swords, 3 to herself.
You're juggling.
Oh wow, that's really impressive, Daara.
Don't look at me too hard. I'll fucking stab myself.
Sorry.
First of all, I'm gonna relay all of the flashback information to everyone so that everyone's on the same page. So everyone knows about the flashbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can stop. You can stop juggling, Daara. You said that entire thing while juggling 3 swords. It was very impressive.
I thought it would keep you all interested. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Okay. Did anyone see Colin die? Do you think he just left?
No, we didn't see him die. You told us he died
Well, I heard he died.
from Wiccalus.
Which is, yeah. And we saw his statue was destroyed.
But do you reckon that?
But he could have, like, maybe if he renounced his godhood and just left if he wanted to go.
Do you think that Forcentus would have let him? I think that's
Probably
the catalyst.
not,
That
yeah.
from what Daara said, the other person watching, he says, "I'm sorry to disappoint you." Surely that's a catalyst for taking him out because he was going to abandon them.
Yeah.
I think that's reason enough. Surely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think Colin's probably dead. I mean, we're going to find out. His sword's right there.
Yeah. So who wanted to be? Do we want to take one? We've got 4.
There are 4 swords.
Do we want to take one each?
Do you know what sword you want?
I'd probably take they seem to be all tied. Tied to different gods. I'd probably take Wiccalus's. I guess it's it's where I'm from.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's tough.
Do you want Baquil's sword, Zawabashi?
No, I feel like you should take it.
I mean, you're as much from Baquil as me. What?
Yeah, but you're better with the poetry in a way.
Yeah, but I mean, Baquil is philosophy as well as stories and art.
I don't know. I feel like there's just something interesting with Colin's idea on just wanderers, people who are kind of lost.
And you're a bit lost, are you, Zawabashi?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I'll take Baquil.
Easy.
That's rough. Yeah, hand me the sword.
Yeah.
I am who I am.
Alright, I hand the 3
Who
swords.
did you want?
I'm...
Oh, did you want Baquil?
No.
Did you want Wiccalus?
No, I'm gonna... There's
you want
another
Colin?
sword. There's another sword in the ground, so I'm just gonna take a gamble.
You just want the leftover one?
Well, I'm just gonna take a gamble and see what it is.
It's probably Mortgrin.
Mortgrin. Yeah.
Okay.
Process of elimination.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
It's
sure
very big of
Felix
you to just take the leftover.
left
Dara.
with
That's
Larissa's.
nice, yeah.
I don't feel a pull towards any of the other 3 anyway, so
Yeah, okay.
it's not a huge deal for me.
Sorry, 1 second. Are you okay, Zawabashi? Sorry, I feel like I really just...
I feel like we've really gone past that.
No, but I'm a bit slow with that stuff, so it's just taking me a second. Are you alright? You feel a little lost.
I don't know how to put it into words. Yeah, I mean, this is all a lot, I suppose. I mean, we've killed a nature god.
Yeah, it's a big guy.
Yeah. I mean, we're all a little lost, if I'm honest. We're away from home. I actually have no idea where we are right now.
Yeah, I think it's like some sort of weird pocket dimension. So
Right.
I wouldn't even know how you'd go about mapping something like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's totally valid. I'm here if you need me, bud. Sorry I dismissed you a moment ago.
It really was a dismissal of someone at like Christmas dinner wanting the last piece of
Are
something.
you sure you don't want it? Are you sure? Yeah, cool, I'll take it.
Yeah, alright, yeah.
If you're sure.
I'm only offering it because I know this is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. I mean, you
Not
are
'cause
also...
And I'm hoping
Well,
you
I
say
say no.
We are both...
know so I can eat back
We are...
on sword.
Essentially. We are both entitled to it. But I'm taking it. Yeah, you're going to take Mortgrin's sword over there?
Yes.
Alright.
Yes.
I'll take it. You can stop juggling. I'll just take this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dara. Yeah.
As soon as you grasp one of these weapons, you feel a power flow into you. And there's, just this tingling sweep up your arms into your body, like every pore of your skin has had a pop rock suddenly stuck into it.
So fizzy.
It's so fizzy.
Pushing up my skin.
And you, now that you have, you're holding this weapon, you have a chance to turn it into a weapon of your choice. This is currently a +2 long sword, but you can make it a +2 weapon of your choice.
Does it have to be a weapon?
You can pitch me something, and I'm at. We can negotiate.
Get a bit of back and forth going here.
I'm a bard. I'd like to turn it into an instrument of some kind.
I will allow that.
I
What
can hit people
instrument?
with it, and it could still be a weapon.
As long as once per day you hit someone with it.
All right, yeah, cool. I can probably pull
Once
that off.
per long rest, you
Yeah,
need
must
to
hit
hit
someone
someone.
with it. I'm
So
gonna.
you better hope
like
one.
I will leave you.
If you've gone a whole day, you better hope one of these companions are willing to copy.
Yeah, no, I'll do it.
Willing? That's not how hitting works. I am going to turn it into an instrument. I'm going to turn it into a bazooki.
What is that? What's
Guys,
that?
bazooki or bazooka?
Bazooki.
Okay.
Because a bazooka is a weapon.
It's a weapon and
I could
not a
probably
musical
I
instrument.
could probably... But no, I promise to hit people with my bazooka once a day. I will slap someone with my... No, a bazooki. It's kind of like it's kind of like a lute of some kind. But I just like the name bazooki. So it'd be Sprig's bazooki is what I turn it into.
So you'd be using this as your spellcasting focus?
Yeah.
Then?
Yeah.
Then I'm happy. You can either turn your weapon into a physical weapon, and it has a +2 attack bonus, or if you want to turn it into your spellcasting focus and magical item, you can have +2 to your spell attack.
Cool.
Your spell casting modifier.
Yeah, I'll do that with mine.
So your weapon has now transformed. There is an option that is not the end of the magic in this weapon. You can feel that sliver of the god still roils inside this weapon, waiting to be unleashed to find a new home. And you do have an option, and you will all have this option if you choose to take one of the weapons. I'm just saying this to Sprig at the moment, because he's the only one to directly accept one. You do have an option to attune to this weapon, and in doing so, accept the power of one of the major gods into you.
Ooh. Guys, I feel like, now's the time.
Did you want me to like try and like work out what the magic is first, or are you just gonna?
No, I'm doing it. You should all. I mean, when are we ever hasty? Come on, let's jump in heads first, and let's dump in head first, let's do that. No, come on, let's get to it.
While you're all doing that, I'm gonna go get the other sword.
You're gonna go get the others.
Yeah.
You're gonna walk over to the remaining sword.
I'm gonna like drop the other one in front of
So
me.
you're not accepting it right now?
Not yet, because I want to cast Identify on it, but as I drop it, it goes handle first and digs into the ground.
Does it have a sharp handle?
Dara's handed it to you, and you've immediately like pulled your hands.
Yeah, just
away.
like, oh wait 1 second, wait a bit.
And
I'm gonna start ritual casting Identify on it.
great. At some point, you are going to have to pull this blade out of the ground to complete this ritual.
Yeah.
Not
But
a
for
big
now,
deal,
it's like the sword and the stone, just the other way around.
So, can I understand, has the crossguard also gone
Yeah,
to...
it's
It
deep.
is only blade.
It's only blade up.
Amazing. Zawabashi, what are you doing? I'm gonna start attuning to this thing. You're gonna attune to your sword? Or whatever you want it to be?
If I don't take this now, this either happens today in this moment, or I'm not.
Is this for transforming it into another weapon or attuning to it?
Both?
For both? This is not your final opportunity with this weapon. It is not make or break in this moment. This sword has waited hundreds of years to be picked up, and it will wait a few more minutes. Only a few more minutes.
Is that legit?
No, not.
So the next hour while I'm attuning, if you don't
I-
attune within the next hour,
Yeah.
you miss out.
It's just like all my friends have been.
It's
picked.
waited a
I
millennium.
can't.
You've got 3 minutes.
The power wants to be accepted. It wants to come to somebody. It will wait and give people multiple opportunities. If someone was to sweep in and grab their sword and take it before you did, then you would lose your opportunity.
Careful,
But right
Zawabashi.
now,
It's just us.
Sprig's not even finished eating his sword, and he's looking at
That's a nice looking sword. You're right, Colin is pretty... I also feel lost. Do you guys... I think I feel pretty lost.
Fuck off, you got yours already.
Well then, accept yours then. I mean, attune.
Yeah, you're attuning.
Attune. I haven't really started yet, but kind of, yeah. I'm pre-attuning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So knowing that
Oh,
now,
well, because
Identify.
you're gonna cast Identify.
Yeah, I'm currently like drawing runes in the ground.
I'm gonna put mine
putting off
side.
grasping the blade for as long as he can.
So that's a 10-minute
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm gonna put mine sideways on the ground, just
Oh, that's a good idea.
to wait while you, just to see what you kind of come up with.
Whilst all of that is happening, as Mallory just gets sweatier and sweatier, drawing runes.
That's ruining the runes.
Daara,
Yes.
you have gone to collect the final sword.
Yeah.
Your pale hand wraps around the hilt, and once again, the world around you vanishes. And you are floating along a corridor at high speed, chasing after this dwarf, this broad, barrel-chested, squat dwarf with fiery red hair flicking out behind them as they run down this corridor, with attendants chasing after them.
She told us not to tell anybody, but we thought that when this has happened in the past, that you're the best person for her to speak to, so we came to get you.
No, it's alright, you did the right thing, They continue running until they reach a huge set of double doors. These doors are in a domain you don't recognize. You are in Arcadia, you know that. You feel the magic of Arcadia around you. But this is far removed from the natural world that Daara grew up in. You are surrounded by heady, intoxicating perfumes. There's lush fabrics hanging off the walls, twisting together to form tapestries and pieces of furniture. You know, you can see people splayed out on a couch that's made from fabric stretching from 8 different directions. It's this weird mixture between a 5-star hotel and an ancient Greek brothel, is what you found yourself in. There's a mixture of modern architecture, completely split by a Roman pillar nonsensically spreading from it. And it may be logically nonsensical, but there's something aesthetically wonderful about what you're seeing. And then the dwarf pushes open the doors. You are following Mortgrin, the god of war, weaponry, and winter. And as he steps through these doors, you are greeted by devastation. The room is in tatters. There are shards of vases scattered across the floor, with little drops of blood dripping from the shards. The 4-poster bed and the mattress seem to have exploded, feathers covering all surfaces, stuck to walls by this sort of black, tarry substance. And there are tapestries hanging from the walls. You know, because Mortgrin knows this, that these are tapestries and portraits of Verrisa, the now deceased goddess of love and beauty. And these tapestries and portraits have been slashed, like someone has desperately and haphazardly tried to cut the face out of these paintings. And there, sitting in the center of the room, is a shriveled grey husk of a creature. Long, spindly limbs, no meat on its bones, wrapped around itself and shaking. Mortgrin runs up, sort of wraps himself around this creature, arms encasing it. Well, what's going on? Is everything alright? And then a voice, small and breaking from within the huddled mass. I just don't know what to do for them. The things they want from me. They give me offers, but their offers are toxic. They say they celebrate love, but they use it to manipulate and torment each other. They do not pray for love and beauty, and yet I am left here to answer these prayers. And I can't do it. as Mortgrin pulls Verrisa closer to him. The fire in his hair begins to leak out, down his cheeks and neck, out of his skin, and into her. His hair goes white as he offers her his warmth and his love, an act of devotion and belief to bring this god back to strength. And after a period of time, the goddess of the summer and love has returned to herself. A stunning, beautiful woman who was recently brutally murdered in a clearing far from where this memory takes place.
Good times.
Her breathing slows down, and Mortgrin kisses her gently on the top of her head. It's alright, love, it's okay. You don't need to listen to them. The things they want from you, you know that's not real love, so you don't have to answer those prayers, okay? You don't need to listen to all of that. But it's the only prayers I get. I mean, the good ones, the actual, prayers of love. He doesn't give them to me. It's alright, love. Not much longer now. Not much longer. And you come out of the memory.
I'm gonna tell everyone the memory straight up so that we can talk about it.
Oh, okay.
So he doesn't give them to me.
Yeah, someone's hoarding the positive prayers.
I mean, it's got to be Forcentus, right? He seems to be the one that's in charge of them all. So is Forcentus doing it? Got them to agree that he'll give them their prayers and sort through them for them.
Maybe he's
and then he's
keeping the prayers for himself to make himself more powerful.
And just
because she was all shriveled and gross.
Yeah, probably just giving them little bits to keep them in line with whatever he wants to do. Are you gonna, Dara, are you gonna attune to the sword, or do you want to wait for me to cast this? Are you gonna jump right in like Sprig is?
I'm gonna attune to it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Before people do their attunings and people make their final decisions, I would say that you've completed your ritual casting Identify. If I could just get you to roll a d6 for damage, because you will have to pull the sword out to complete...
Oh, to finish casting
it.
Okay.
It is the final, you've done every single... when you've just got, housework to do and there's that one job, you've done every other single part of the ritual. All that is left is to grasp the blade.
Okay, that's okay. I got this.
Would you have preferred if I mage-handed it out? Sorry, I was attuning.
You kept doing that. It's
Yeah,
fine.
sorry, yeah.
I would have helped, but I would.
The 3 damage.
So you learn that there are 2 levels to this weapon, essentially. On the one hand, it is in and of itself just a powerful magical artifact. It is a +2 weapon that transforms into the weapon that the wielder most desires. That is the feeling of the pop rocks and the skin that I described before. That's what you've all... Well, so far only Sprig has accepted that level of power. We know that Zawabashi has laid his weapon down on the ground. And Daara and Mallory are holding their weapons. So you would feel this first level of magic. And have the opportunity in a moment to transform these weapons, if you wish. That's the first layer. That's not accepting anything into you. That's just what the weapon does. The second layer of power is the magic of a major god. What was left behind in the weapon itself. To access this power, you need to attune. It takes an hour to do so. And in doing so, you are accepting the power and the domain of a major god. You would potentially be ascending to a higher realm of godhood, to potentially be a major god yourself. With this, from just a fully technical, you will gain 2 new abilities if you accept this power. There'll be a passive and active ability that I'll give you that, as long as you're attuned to this weapon, you will have. But your domain will in some form change as a result of this. You will no longer be the gods of drunken wisdom, of poetry, the god of misfortune, the god of rotten regeneration. You don't, if you want to just literally take on their domain as it's worded, you can. If you want to take it one part, because all the gods sort of have 2 or 3 things.
So we can take the whole thing.
You could take the whole thing. You could take, well, if that god is still alive, you might be fighting them for their power does still exist, so you may not be able to take the whole thing.
Gotcha.
But you'll be able to at least take part of it.
Gotcha.
And whether you just tack it on to the end, or this causes a new combination, a new domain we've not seen before, is up to you guys. But that's what your identify spell tells you. That's what is on the table before you right now.
I relay this to Zawabashi and Daara, because Sprig's deep in it, and I'm glad it seems fine, so it's not, we don't have to drag Sprig from it. So that's kind of it. What are we thinking?
Yeah, I'm gonna attune to mine.
Yeah, I think I'm alright as well.
Yeah.
What do you think, Zawabashi?
I don't know. I'm just more so feeling a little nervous in that, like, the idea on we're gaining some form of these gods being there, like a part of them almost, and the idea on becoming or taking on something that is them just makes me wonder exactly how much of ourselves in the process we'll be losing, and that, you know, just in everything it is that they've done already, is that something that we want to be doing?
Well, I guess. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, you're really getting into your philosophy there of, like, what is yourself. So, I don't really know.
Because, like, I mean, after you attune to this, and I mean, from what we see from Sprig, how much of all of
Sprig
us,
the guinea pig.
Guinea Sprig.
Guinea Sprig.
Thank you.
how much of us is still going to be there by the end of it?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, maybe if you want to wait and see what Sprig's like, that's not a bad call.
And you're all going to do that now?
I think from what I just gathered, I guess there is that fear that maybe it would change us, but...
Or just being a major god now.
Well, yeah. I mean, we just took on one of them and we were so close to dying. I almost died several times.
Mm.
The fact that we want to go back to Arcadia, we kind of do need to be more powerful, but...
I think I
get it if you don't. That's why I'm doing it, but I get if you want to either wait or not do it at all. Like,
I'll sit by and just keep an eye out on all of you while you attune, and I suppose I'll just wait and see how you all feel after, and make sure that also nobody else kind of sneaks up on us while you guys are doing this.
And if you don't want to attune to it,
Are you busy? Aren't you busy?
attuning.
Oh wow. Sprig's subconscious really does just want out.
I swear I can hear him in my head sometimes. It's just weird.
Okay, thanks. I'm gonna go and have a go at this.
All right. Let's take this one person at a time. Let's start with our most eager beaver, Sprig Diggins. You've already transformed it into a bazooki, and you're already attuning.
For the last 10 minutes, potentially, or longer.
Yeah, you've jumped.
Yeah.
You're gonna identify? Okay, I'm just gonna get a head start on this. Whilst,
Don't want to wait.
Stop me if it's dangerous.
Didn't even say that.
You're accepting the power of Baquil, who is, as far as you're aware, still alive. So there may not be space to accept his entire domain, but to take a part of what he represents. What do you think Sprig would decide in this moment?
So, Baquil is the god of philosophy, art, and stories.
Correct.
I am the god of poetry. So, I guess I'm trying to understand the distinction. I understand the distinction between art and stories. And poetry, I feel like, is a meeting point, almost, of the two.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know. Is there a check I can do to try and shunt philosophy onto Baquil and try and take both art and stories?
And stories and art.
Yeah, because I feel like they're so connected, and I feel like,
Or is that then fighting Backwell's?
I feel like that's what I want to do.
later. And
Yeah.
I'm the major god of philosophy. Or am I?
I feel like art and stories, I don't feel like, because poetry is not just stories, it's like poetry is art, it is story. Song is art and story. Music is more art than story. And I just feel like, personality-wise, they both do. You can totally shut me down, and I'm most likely expecting it. Is there something I can try and do to kind of extend this? Because they are still alive, and steal the essence of not more power, but I guess the jurisdiction of those two domains. Potentially.
Bold choice. You can definitely have one. If you want to try and take two of the three, I'm going to need a religion check.
Okay.
From you.
That is a 14.
14. Is a good roll.
No.
No, hey, no, don't. Yourself up.
It's not steal an entire domain off
It's
a
not.
deity.
It's not stealing. It's not stealing power from a deity.
So
No.
Sprig's gonna take the
You-
domain of stories.
You
that-
reach out across the multiverse, across layers, the thin walls between the universes to try and grasp more power, and you just feel a shaft.
I grab it.
You feel a
It's funnier because of the action.
I grab the shaft.
You feel a sharp, swift,
Huge cock.
It's a bazooka.
Fucking hell.
a sharp, swift slap on the wrist.
Ow. Fine. All right. Okay. I'll just take one. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna take the domain of stories then.
A domain of stories.
Yeah.
That's super.
But I'll come back for art later.
Yeah, this isn't done.
So my wrist gets slapped. I extend my middle finger as I retract my arm.
Do you have any memories of Baquil?
No in-person memories. I know a lot about them, but Baquil is... I was almost going to have them come to an open mic night that I got an invitation to perform at.
Yeah.
I was told. In hindsight, I think I may have been messed with. I don't know if they were going to come, but I guess that really represents the relationship that Baquil has with her sub and minor gods. Like Loriculus, Baquil is very celebrity status. We're all fans and minions and stuff. So no, I don't have any one-on-one time.
You accept the power of the God of Stories. And in that second, you get flashes through the mortal realm of thousands of people in the process of telling stories. You see a stand-up comedian on a stage telling anecdotes, the audience roaring with laughter, that warmth inside them at the story well received. You see somebody lying in their cot in a prison cell, mumbling to themselves, telling themselves a story, the alternative version of events, trying to convince themselves of their own innocence for something they are definitely guilty of. You see a porter waiting in the foyer outside a king's throne room, nervously preparing to give information the king will not receive well. You see a playwright alone in their study, candle lit, penning their newest masterpiece. You see Father Adler in his little home, his little cottage, sitting at the bedside of his children, reading them a story to go to sleep. What is your official title now?
Sprig Diggins, God of Stories, and then subheading Poetry and Future God of Art.
Future God of Stories, Vice President of Poetry.
Stories majoring in poetry.
With honors.
Yeah, with all, yeah. He has an MFA.
God of Stories will do, in short, yeah.
Fantastic. Let's get some new abilities going your way.
Yeah, why not?
So, as a result of your ascension, you have 2 new abilities. First, your passive ability. Sprig Diggins is now immune to being charmed. That includes fear effects as well, because they rely off the charm ability. You're immune to fear and charm effects. And now your active ability. It's a once per day ability. All of your active abilities will be once per day. You can change the outcome of a roll. You can choose a successful roll to fail, or a failed roll to succeed. The narrative of this is that you, as the God of Stories, are retelling history. You're changing the way that event is written in the history books and changing the story. So the literal ability, change a roll, but if you think that there is another way that rewriting of a story could be used, I would be happy to consider it. I'm not definitely going to approve every idea because you're a madman and someone needs to rein you in for the love of gods. Yeah. But that is your new ability. Daara.
Hello.
Hello. 2 levels of the weapon. First, the artifact itself, the transformation of the weapon. Your skin has gone like TV static. You feel that magic in you. Are you going to transform the weapon?
Yes, I would like to transform the weapon into a longbow, please.
Wonderful. Are you going to attune
Yes,
to this weapon?
Please.
Now, Sprig is already a god of the domain of Baquil.
Yeah.
You have the weapon of Mortgrin, which is not at all. Mortgrin, who is the realm of war, weaponry, and winter.
Yeah. I don't want to completely abandon Daara's Astaran roots, so like a combination of the 2 would be nice. If I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have war, weaponry, and winter for Mortgrin. We have
Spring, life, and nature.
Isastara.
Yeah.
And then you are rot and regeneration.
Yeah. I'm thinking something like creation and destruction could kind of encompass.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, I think that would be quite good.
Amazing.
I think that's really cool.
Cool.
The god of creation and destruction.
Yeah.
I mean, that is old world goddery right there.
Yeah.
That is...
Yeah.
Do you have any memories of Mortgrin? Would you ever have met?
I don't think that she ever would have met Mortgrin. So... Awkward. Hi, I have your sword.
So, your experience of accepting this power is like Sprig's. You get flashes of people across Nerium. Creation and destruction. You witness armies marching into war. You know, you see a sailor crouched by a cannon, shaking as he prepares to light the wick to send a cannonball crashing through an enemy ship. You see lords watching over forests being cut down to make way for their new realm, the expansion of their kingdom. You see a man mounting the steps up to a noose, condemned to death. But you also see acts of creation. You see people planting, kindergartners planting flowers in their school garden. You see Bazzelli running wildly around his lab constructing some great new magical item. His head even turns and looks in this flash almost directly into your eyes, like he knows this is happening. Nods with wild eyes. Good.
It's like I'm part of a flashback, part of a vision.
And you see a husband and wife in their bedroom in the moments before intimacy, fingertips touching, smiling at one another, excited to bring new life into this world. You receive 2 new abilities for your ascension. Your passive ability is that you now have resistance to non-magical attacks.
Ooh!
That's actually crazy.
It's actually
really
so
good.
fucking cool.
So this is like a barbarian's rage ability. If someone hits you with a weapon attack that has no magic in it, you take half damage.
Is that ranged weapons as well?
Yes.
Ooh!
As long as it's not a magical bow or they've not put a spell on it, that is half damage. Your active ability is that you can, once per day, buff or weaken an item or weapon. So, some examples to give you an idea. A +2 weapon, you could turn into a +3 weapon, or a +1 weapon. You have buffed it up or down. And a +1 weapon you could put down to a just standard weapon, or up to a +2. If you have a healing potion, you could turn that into a greater healing potion. This is once per day you have this ability, and you can only use this power on an item once.
Okay.
Cool. So yes, the narrative of this, you are the god of creation and destruction. So you are bringing greater strength or weakness to items, imbuing it with more life or less life. You can't do this to you can only do this to non-living things. You cannot buff or weaken a
Myself.
living creature or yourself. Mallory.
Yes. Yes.
Last we saw you, your hands were dripping blood as you pulled a weapon blade first out of the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Are you choosing to change the form of this weapon?
Yes. Yes, I am.
What form would you like it to take?
I think Mallory's going to grab it and it's going to start to sort of form and change. And it's going to, like, the metal of the sword's going to melt down. And like the scene in The Matrix where Neo touches the mirror and it's going to start crawling up his arm and, like, towards his mouth. Oh, no. No, I'm doing it wrong. I think I'm doing it wrong. And then it's going to, like, whip back down and, like, condense down into, like, this deep obsidian ring on Mallory's finger that, like, or like a voidish, you can look into it and see nothingness through it.
Oh, beautiful. You're using this as your, I'm assuming,
arcane
spellcasting focus.
As a knuckle duster.
What else?
Unarmed attack time, baby. Mallory's taking levels in monk.
So that's...
No, an arcane focus.
That's +2 to your spell attack modifier.
Yes.
And this is the weapon of Wiccalus, the god of chaos, mystery, and magic. The leader of your domain. Are you going to attune to their power?
Yes, I am.
Wiccalus is still alive, and you are already part of their domain. So, what would you take from Wiccalus, and how would this change you?
Thinking about the three things Mallory's kind of all three of them can do magic. Magic checks out. Is very just inquisitive and wants to know how things work, so could tie into mystery. But I think in the rawest form is just a big ball of fluffy chaos. So it would be rude to take anything else.
And is that changing you, or are you just taking chaos wholesale?
I think just, wholesale, like it's a rug in a shop. Going out of business. I'm just going to take this chaos rug before years. Close up shop.
Amazing. So Mallory, wielding his obsidian ring, is the god of chaos. Not misfortune. Chaos in its entirety.
Yeah.
Amazing. Do you have any memories of Wiccalus?
I would. I've definitely met Wiccalus a bunch of times. I think we've established earlier. Sometimes I think I'm talking to Wiccalus, but it's just a bird or something. But other times I've had proper conversations with Wiccalus. They're always in different shapes. Because as the god of luck and misfortune, being there, they're quite high up in if you were going chaos and making a tree downwards.
Yeah.
Luck and misfortune would be very high up there. But Mallory is seen as a much lesser god than his actual station.
Due to attitude more than anything else.
Yeah. Just attitude and just, yeah, pretty much just
vibe.
Attitude. And general vibe and everything that happens around him.
Yeah.
Is he's definitely got to be a lower god.
Great, so you would have been somewhat close with Wiccalus.
Yeah.
Because they would have treated you as being a higher ranked god, even though you didn't treat yourself that way.
I think there's definitely that thing with Wiccalus and Mallory that Wiccalus is also a air quotes lesser twin.
Yeah. Of
the twin that people are there's the good twin, and then they're there. So they've probably had more of a soft spot for Mallory.
Well, that's unlike the others. Your experience of accepting this magic then is not the citizens of Nerium, but is a memory of Wiccalus in a shared moment of chaos. Everything goes black, and then a picture expands out in front of you. A memory: you lie at the bottom of dozens of bodies, groaning in pain. It has been here in the realm of Wiccalus, which is itself this eternal midnight carnival. Two different parades have collided with one another, and you lie at the bottom of the wreckage, sticking legs out of a bass drum.
Just kicking wildly.
A mechanical monkey with cymbals clapping around your head.
Okay.
And you feel a hand, just a gentle hand, wrap around your forearm and pull you out of the wreckage. Softly, gently.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
You are pulled,
My bad.
pulled up and away, high above this parade, above the crowd as everyone picks up. You are being pulled by this arm that is a good 200 meters long. Just this Play-Doh wobbling arm that pulls you up into the air and up into the Ferris wheel.
Oh, hi.
Hi. You okay?
Yeah, no, I was watching the parade, and then they turned suddenly, and they were coming right at me, and I tried to get out of the way, but then I turned the other way, and then
There
another
was
parade.
another parade. Yeah.
And yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I saw that.
It just came out of nowhere.
Well, it did come out of nowhere. It didn't exist until you turned around and
What?
you created a second parade
Oh, sorry.
to trample yourself. You don't need to be sorry. Why are you sorry?
Oh, I don't know. It seems like it just caused the inconvenience for people.
I mean, everyone's fine. And Wiccalus points, you look at, and everyone is perfectly fine. You see the two parades. People are hugging it out, laughing, clapping on the back. Sharing a cigarette. Like, there are actors backstage who have just finished a job. And it's like, oh, man, you were great. The way you collided with Mallory, stunning. And then the second parade just full dissipates into non-existence.
Well, I mean, that's good, I guess.
Yeah.
Can I stop hanging upside down?
Oh, sorry. I always forget which, because you got those long ears, and I forget which was the right way up.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Uses the ears and legs.
Sometimes my ears are legs.
Yeah. I'm glad that's not currently. It always weirds me out a bit.
No, that's okay. So why did you make a second parade to trample yourself?
I didn't. It was just there.
It was just... Okay.
I tried to get out and I'm like, parade's coming right for me. And I turned around and then another parade was coming right for me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's some really bad luck.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know you're the god of bad luck, right?
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Why again, you're apologizing, and I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I don't want, bad luck to be, I guess, getting in people's way.
At the moment, it's only getting in your own way.
Well, I guess that's alright then.
And hey, bad luck is meant to get in some people's way. What's a good example? Think about the Lord, who reigns over his realm with an iron fist and treats his citizens like they're lesser than him,
Yeah.
whips the serfs and underfeeds the children and kicks the homeless like homeless should even exist in a civilized society. How satisfying it is when they slip on a banana peel, fall down 50 flights of stairs, their pants ripping in the process to reveal embarrassing pink, heart-clad boxers underneath,
Yeah.
land headfirst in a pile of dung.
Yeah, that is fun.
That is fun. That's bad luck for that person. It's pretty good luck for everyone else.
That's just probably Felix did it.
Felix is part of it, but you're part of it. There is no you without Felix. Just as there's no Felix without you. You understand that, right?
No, yeah, obviously there's no me without Felix. That makes perfect sense. But, he'd work it out,
No. Okay. How do I... Wiccalus reaches up to his ear, stretches it so it is a good 6 feet tall, with a massive... And it's mostly whole, it's mostly reaches into his own head and pulls Felix out.
Oh, hey, brother.
Or places Felix standing, who has a slightly traumatized... Hey, how's it going? I was...
How long were you in there for?
I wasn't. I was doing something else, and suddenly a hand came out of the wall and pulled me. Reaches down, pulls up. There's a lotto ticket here. Scratches it off. Oh my god, I've won a weekend away. That's great.
Oh.
I was just there on the ground in the Ferris wheel. Did you not see that?
No, I missed it.
Crazy. What are we doing here?
Oh, me and Wiccalus are just chatting.
Wiccalus stands up, walks over and touches the tip of their index finger to Felix's paw. And they pull away this little wisp of what at first looks like cotton candy stretched out. But disconnects, you see, it's a pure wisp of magic, of just like plasmic arcana. Floats, lets go of it, and it just floats, spinning in the air. Do you know what this is?
Well, that's Felix's magic.
Yeah. They reach out. May I?
Oh yeah, but I mean, be careful. I don't want to hurt you.
You couldn't hurt me.
Okay.
But I'm sure if anyone could get close, it would be you. They pull a little wisp of magic from your paw and place it in the air beside Felix's. It also begins to turn, and they're just turning and swiveling in their own spaces, but slowly they sort of come together and form this helix shape, almost like DNA, revolving around each other. You see the space in between becomes charged, crackling with electricity. There. Alright, thank you, Felix. Wiccalus pushes Felix out of the Ferris wheel.
Oh god!
A giant eagle being ridden, a giant eagle being piloted by some Amazonian woman swings down, catches Felix in her arms. They make googly eyes at each other. Felix salutes at you as he flies off to have a better time than you've ever had. Felix has flown off, and that double helix wisp of magic floats before you. Do you get it?
It's like we just kind of like this. I like reach out to like almost touch just this like kind of pure chaotic magic
Yeah.
just in front of me. So like kind of two parts of it in like but in different ways, and it's like starting to slowly click in Mallory's head, and then he falls out of the...
You're plummeting.
An eagle flies by and flies too close and he just blows out of it by the gust of wind and just plummets down and then snaps back out of the memory.
He didn't get hit for getting this interaction.
Yeah.
Until now.
You come from this memory to find a small bird on your head pecking it.
Oh. Hi. You can stay there, it's fine.
It does.
Mallory's gonna like look over and see there's still like some wisps of like Felix's magic left from when he was there, and like peel off a small bit of his own and like try and recreate the same thing he saw before from that memory, and then just like look in at it. So, I kind of get it now. We're both this just source of chaotic magic. Mine just kind of naturally goes one way. Felix naturally goes the other, but
Yeah.
it doesn't have to always go one way.
No. And now you hold that helix of magic in your hand. You are chaos. You are fortune and misfortune. The gold of Felix's magic with the dust of yours. For the first time, you don't feel less than. Feeling is short-lived because a parade appears out of nowhere, marching across the field and tramples you.
Yeah. Mallory definitely thought, he's like, oh, I've done it. This would be a great time for a celebration.
Abilities. You have abilities. You now have your passive ability is you have advantage on all saving throws against spells. Doesn't matter whether it's Constitution, Wisdom, Dexterity, doesn't matter. If it's as the result of magic, you have advantage on the saving throw.
Yeah.
What's the highest spell slot you can currently cast?
4.
4th. So, your now ability is that you have 4 levels of spell slots to give out every day. You can give them to yourself, or you can give them to others. They can be given in one go, or across multiple instances. So yes, you have 4 levels of spell slots that you can give out. So you could give yourself an extra 2nd level spell slot. You could give Daara a 1st level spell slot. Give Sprig a 1st level spell slot. It's completely up to you. They don't need to use it immediately. They'll have it until a long rest.
Yeah.
But again, the narrative behind this is that you are now the god of chaos, that you are able to pull magic from anywhere. That magic... You have access to the entire web of magic that exists around you at all times. And when you infuse chaos into that, unexpected things happen. That's the narrative. So if you have an idea of how that could potentially be used in a different way, I'm happy for you to creatively interpret.
So magic anywhere.
Magic anywhere.
Yeah. Dope.
That is Sprig, that is Daara, and that is Mallory. Zawabashi, whilst they've all been attuning, your weapon is still lying on the ground. First question is, are you going to pick it up to transform it?
Yeah, I reckon I'll change it to just a better quarterstaff than what I have.
Great. You would have a +2 quarterstaff.
Okay.
You're allowed to wield that +2 quarterstaff, and again, you feel Colin's magic roiling inside it, desperate to get out. But until you take that hour to sit down and attune it, it cannot touch you.
Okay. What does it look like when they're shooting? Like, what's that?
I'm like kneeling in the grass with my bazooki in my arms, like lightly playing it, like kind of twiddling the strings.
Occasionally opening one eye to peer as whether you've picked yours
Yeah.
up.
It's a nice looking quarterstaff.
Yeah, I mean, it is a contemplative, meditative time. You've seen people deal with magical weapons, attuned to magical weapons. There doesn't seem to be anything odd here. It's not like you're seeing demons dance around them or shadows creep out from. They just look like they're attuning to magic items.
I think I feel like maybe after seeing a parade go through, I'm a little anxious.
That is the one break in the contemplative meditative.
I think I might just get up and try to have like a little wander around, mainly to see if there's anything that's different with what's going on in Arcadia and all of these major gods both dying or being possessed. If there's anything that's changed, are there things that are like wilting away?
Alright. You go for a walk through the field away from your companions. And you end up finding a little trail, not like a paved official trail, but like a patch of grass that's had people walk across it over and over again so that the grass has stopped growing in that particular place. Just a natural trail of dirt that weaves around and through some of these trees and bushes and towards a small grove of almost like tropical trees that you didn't notice earlier. It's only as you've walked away. It seems to have been in a place that you would have noticed before, But it's not until you've stepped away from the bloodshed and these magic items that you would truly saw this little grove. To go there, to enter this grove, would put you out of sight of your companions. But it is where the trail is leading, and it's the only thing you see on the horizon. You feel some strong religious magic coming from this grove, but it does not feel like Wiccalus or Baquil or Forcentus or any of the major gods that you know.
Okay. If it's not from where you guys are, I will very warily start following that energy, but keep a very close ear out.
You approach this little grove. From the outside, it is about 100 meters across. Just a small little tropical spring planted in the middle of this English countryside pastoral field. And when I say like tropical, these are branches that stretch out wide and hang low, creating these canopy of leaves that hide the inside of the grove. You're able to peel back just that outermost canopy layer, and you can hear the rustling of leaves in a breeze, the just gentle tinkle of water lapping lazily at the shore, at the sandy shore. You can hear the sound of somebody at work digging in dirt, the groan of an older person leaning down to get something, of spades or shovels digging in dirt. It feels serene. But again, there is strong magic coming from it here that you've not felt before. Do you want to go in?
Can I try to stealth my way closer?
Yeah, you can do a stealth check if you like.
That's a nat 1.
Again.
Good thing you're being careful.
On a nat 1, you pull the canopy aside, take one step into the canopy, and suddenly the ground gives out under your feet and you are submerged in water. You have stepped through earth into water. You open your eyes, you can see sunlight above you. You pull yourself up to the surface and you are floating in the middle of a lake. A lake that stretches in 3 directions off for kilometers, with about 100 meters between you and the shore.
Oh shit.
And there is a man on the shoreline. Tall man, linen pants, shirtless, sort of tan skin. Clearly middle-aged, but muscular, has taken care of himself with a shaved head. And you hear this very deep, resonant laugh come from him. Trying to sneak up on me, are you?
No! I didn't know who was here.
Well, I'm here.
Hang on, I'm just gonna try to get closer. Wait. We cool?
Yeah, we're cool. Do you want to come over?
Is that okay?
Suddenly you are standing on the shoreline. He has a towel in his hands, and he's sort of drying the fur on top of your head.
What the fuck?
Here you are. Go lie down in the sun before you catch yourself a cold.
What the hell is that?
Well, you're in the lake. You're on the lake shore.
Yeah, but how did that happen? How the hell did I just teleport from there?
You didn't teleport. You were there, and now you're here. You didn't. How do I explain this? Teleporting is the skipping of space. What we did was skipped through the time. Let's not bother with swimming out and walking up and I go find a towel. Let's just... You're here now and you're dry and you're sitting in the sun.
Okay.
Alright.
So sorry, I'm Zawabashi. I gotta put out my hand.
Zawabashi, it's a pleasure to meet you.
What are you doing out here?
I'm just some gardening. Did you want to help?
Oh, I suppose, I'm not really doing much. I'm waiting for my friends to kind of do something anyway, so...
You suddenly find yourself kneeling on the ground.
The fuck?
You're wearing a sun hat with like long gardening gloves, a spade in one hand, and like a potted flower in the other.
Okay, this is trippy. I can't... That's moving way too fast.
I'm sorry, we can slow things down. You're waiting for your friends to do something.
Yeah. How... Yeah, sorry, they're busy. How much time has passed?
None.
From talking on them from the beach to now with the shovel and the hat.
Well, about 30 seconds passed. You were here for all of it.
Okay. Okay.
Should I? I'll stop doing that if that's. Seem to have.
It's just very. It's almost like. You ever been like super drunk?
No. You should finish, but no.
It's kind of like you sort of black out, and then all of a sudden you come to, and then you're like somewhere that you don't remember, don't know how you got there.
Right.
It's very trippy, scary sometimes. So.
Right. Yeah, no, what I'm doing is more of you're drinking and you're having the good time. And then after you're blackout and you wake up and you're hungover and you're not feeling well. And then you go and have an egg and bacon sandwich and you start to feel really good. Well, imagine you were drinking and then you were eating an egg and bacon sandwich. Does that make sense?
It does, but I don't feel like that when you're jumping is all.
Okay, I apologize.
That's okay.
You're waiting for your friends to do something.
Yeah, they're can I get like an insight to like, do I know who this person... Because I don't know how much information I should be sharing about
Sure.
what they're doing.
You can do an insight, you can do a religion check.
Because like, oh, fuck me. 7.
7. You look at him gently placing a flower into this hole and pushing the earth back in. And you watch, he sits back and looks at his work, and this flower that's sort of wilted in its time being away from water, underneath his gaze slowly comes back to standing and to life. And he smiles at it. I'm waiting for my daughter, he turns and says to you. You were wondering what I'm doing and if I'm safe. I can hear you, not hear, to feel your thoughts. I'm waiting for my daughter.
Oh.
Do you believe me?
Yeah.
Good.
They're just attuning to some of the weapons that were left behind by the major gods here.
Right. And you're not?
No. I'm just a little worried. Like, I don't know how much you know about what's going on in Arcadia at the moment, but I'm a little worried in that we've sort of been lied to our whole lives, and so much has been kept from us, and so much pain and hurt and deceit has been going on by these major gods, that to now all of a sudden connect with them or become one sort of makes me a little worried about how much of ourselves we're going to lose in the process of doing that. Whether that's something that we should be doing in the first place.
Those are some good questions. Good things to be concerned about. I would say, first of all, that of course you're going to lose yourself. If you take on this power, if you go down this path. But you're also going to lose yourself if you deny this power and you go down a different path. You are all changing moment to moment. There are very few things in this world that are eternal, and most of those eternal things change as well. I change. Slow enough that you'd never see it, never notice it, but I do change. Okay, you accept this power. You change in one direction. You deny this power. You don't go save your friends. You change in a different way. I don't think you can deny change, Zawabashi. I think you just need to be trying to choose the best change you can every step of the way.
I feel like no matter the change or growth that one can go through, there will always be a tiny little bit that just can't be changed, and that's what makes you, you.
Perhaps there is something that even we that created all of this, that even we don't understand. Something that even the greatest powers, the creator gods themselves, the forces of the universe, could never touch or change. Do you believe that, Zawabashi?
I believe in it as much as there has been some form of essence in you, no matter the growth or loss that you've endured.
If that's true then, Zawabashi, then I don't know why this frightens you so much. If nothing in this world could ever change who Zawabashi really is, at his core, and I would hope that he would run through life with what little time he has, with an open heart and bravery in the forefront of his mind, doing the right thing with every tool at his disposal, because there is nothing out there that could take the most important things from him.
You said that you were waiting for someone?
Yes, my daughter, she's dead.
Oh?
It's alright, you killed her. You and your friends.
Oh. Shit. I'm so sorry. Granted, was trying to kill us as well. It was kind of...
Oh, no, of course, sorry, I don't say that as judgment. I'm not here to kill you.
Is he?
You can inside joke that if you want. 12. Yeah, you're pretty sure he's telling the truth. He's laughing very hard at that. And you're not sure what the joke is.
Uh-huh.
Like, when he said, I'm not here to kill you, he's definitely found a joke there. You're not sure what the punchline is.
Uh-huh.
But you do think that he is not going to kill you.
Okay. So you're Verrisa's father then?
Yes, and it's time for her to come home. she's had her time here. And as he says that, through the canopy of leaves on the edge of this clearing, walks a young girl, about 10 years old, flowing red hair. She steps through the canopy, looks around in a moment of confusion, and then sees the man you've been speaking to. And she yells, "Daddy!" and then runs across this shoreline, jumping into his open arms. He pulls her close, and they laugh, and both of them, her hair seems to shine just that little bit redder. The tan of his skin glows with this gold aura around him as he pulls this child version of Verrisa close to him. He pulls away and looks at, "Did you have fun whilst you were here?" Yes, we got into a little bit of trouble at the end. Yes, I saw you. Oh dear. We have to come back for a few more of your siblings soon, aren't we? Yes, but I think maybe it's time. Yes. So I think maybe it's time too. Time for this generation to come home. Pass on to the next generation. What do you think? And she smiles at him and nods. Well, Zawabashi, it has been an absolute pleasure to meet you. What are you going to do about that? And he motions to the quarterstaff in your hand.
I think that you're right, and that no matter how much of me gets changed, not all of me can be. There'll always be a part of me that somebody can't touch. I kind of just want to take a moment to look down to Verrisa as well. Firstly, I'm really sorry about all of that.
No, it's okay. I was very, very close to killing you.
Yeah, you were. Yeah.
I would have.
Yeah, honestly, 100%. We were about to.
Oh, no hesitation.
This 10-year-old girl is like...
No hesitation. I'd have torn all of you asunder. I'm not going to now.
And she laughs, and her dad laughs, and they laugh.
And I still don't quite get it. I do just want to say, those prayers that you received, although they were handpicked, that's not real love that I'm sure that you know. But this moment that you felt with your dad, that's it.
Verrisa smiles at you. She walks forward and pulls you into a hug, just like she hugged her father a moment ago. And as she nestles her head into the crook of your neck, she lifts her face up and gives you a kiss on the cheek. And you feel the warmth of love flow from that kiss in your cheek through your body. She turns back and she looks at her dad. And he nods. And she lifts up one finger and taps your quarterstaff. And you feel that roiling energy, the magic of Colin, dissipate from this quarterstaff. And it fills with a new magic. The magic emanating from this man standing in the clearing. This tanned man who you've been having a conversation with. She runs back to her father and they entwine their fingers. Now it's not a decision of whether you take someone else's magic or not. Now it's a decision of what do you want to be.
Thank you.
I think we better go now. Verrisa waves at you.
I wave back.
And they turn and they walk out onto the water, walk across the water into the center of the lake before dissipating into golden sparks that float up into the sky beyond the clouds. And you follow those sparks for as long as you can until your eyes are brought directly into view of the sun, which you're forced to look away, but stand still basking in his warmth for a little bit longer. Zawabashi, your weapon is now full of the magic of one of the 4 creator gods themselves. Those who created the major gods, who created the entire universe, who have been above all of this. The creator gods are the sun, the moon, the world we know, and that which lies between. And the sun has placed a new kind of magic within your quarterstaff to give you freedom to choose your own domain.
I reckon for the moment I just sit cross-legged, staring out at the lake, just pop the quarterstaff on my legs, and just start attuning. Just close my eyes, sit in that sun, and just start attuning.
Amazing.
We're all like attuning.
I'm gonna say mine ends 10 minutes before everyone else's.
Mine is like interrupted, but it's actually part of it when I get trampled.
Yeah,
And I also have a bird. just doing this.
Generally, I'm just going to find out how you guys are physically changed by this attunement, and we will start with Sprig.
So
as he comes out.
Sprig, because he started his attunement a little earlier, finishes 10 minutes before the rest of you. And while you're still focusing on your attunements, he stands up holding his bazooki. He starts to, flip it around, look at the back, and the scrawling text that was there before is now lit, and there are words and symbols that are like writing themselves across it as he stares on it. He looks down to kind of scan himself to see what's different, and realizes that his cloak has become purple rather than pink. His jacket has changed a hue. It's now purple.
Oh my god.
Taking in this massive transformation, he puts his bazooki to the ground for a moment, and he says a poem.
Ooh!
Better get ready to shoot your shot. A really cool guy, he's so damn hot. Ready to flex and hold them back, rock and roll, back to black. I know one thing that you can do. Even you can be a rock god too. Raise your arm and get a tattoo. And he pulls off his sleeve. He rips the sleeve off his jacket, so he's now got like bare arms, and he's going to summon the barrier tattoo, which is a magical item that literally is a tattoo on your arm, and the tattoo will be of him.
Of himself, yeah, of course it is. Yeah.
But he's gonna tell everyone that it's Diego.
It's him,
Oh, it
and
looks-
he's ripped the sleeve off,
Yeah.
and then in the tattoo.
Exactly.
Then the
It just
tattoo on
gets-
his arm is then another
It
one.
is a babushka doll of Sprig tattoo on Sprig tattoo, and then looking at the other arm, he tears the other arm off just for symmetry.
So it's now a sleeveless purple coat.
Yeah. Very, that same Hamilton jacket, but without sleeves. Bare arms. They're a little toned, more toned than when he first started. From the things that he's done, and he's kind
No more noodle arms.
of, pretty much. But he's got this epic tattoo of himself now. That's
Imagine being that self-confident that you got a tattoo of yourself.
Yeah. That's
Thank
Sprig. But
Wow.
then, that's what he does during that kind of moment before everyone else appears.
Fantastic. Mallory,
Yep.
you eventually come out of your attunement. You see Sprig, sleeveless and purple-coated, new tats. What do you look like?
So Mallory, I've said before, has always been in kind of Greek robes, kind of like Socrates. In,
Socrates.
So great.
Socrates. Socrates.
You're fucked.
And they've always just been just dirty with holes in them. And now he's in this. He's in these ones that are constantly fluctuating from so beautiful and fresh and pristinely clean to dirty to like having holes in them back to clean, and just sort of just flowing through all those states constantly, as well as having like some like almost like a reef, like they would, like, you know, back then, that is also like rotting and then regrowing, and it's just constantly, everything about him is just now constantly changing from being like really like kind of gross and like falling apart. Like his hair like is like patchy and balding in spots, but then it grows hair back and then it like falls out again.
I love that.
Is it just in a few seconds? It just keeps changing?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
And he's kind of
He's just constantly shedding, so there's just hair all around him. Wow.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is that kind of like similar to like...
And he has no tattoos currently.
What? Currently.
Yeah.
He might get one, though.
And the further Mario looks at it, can you please stop pecking my head, thank you.
To the bird. The bird does briefly stop, considers it, jumps off your head, lands on one of your long feet, and just starts pecking it instead.
Well, I guess that's better.
And Daara.
So, Daara normally was in very basic clothing, like very practical pants, shirt. She always had her big cape, though. So that still is around. The cape is around. However, her look has definitely changed to Kiorva's vibe, because I just like that vibe, so I'm stealing it.
She's wearing a purple suit?
No, she's wearing a white suit.
A white suit?
Yeah,
cool.
so like a white tailored suit, white cape. The plumage of the cape has white and black feathers in it.
Like a pimp.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a pimp. She's like a hot pimp.
Life and death pimp.
Yeah.
I am the
God
pimp
of
of creation and destruction.
Yeah, so her look is very winter god vibes. Now, her hair is now down rather than tied back practically, and her new bow is stained with a black, like, shiny look about it. So it's all very monochrome. Yeah.
Guys, we got so much hotter.
I know. We all look so hot.
Especially me.
I like your
You
tat.
think
It's
so?
cool, huh?
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah.
It's flex even.
Oh my god, your tattoo has
He's
a
moving.
tat?
Look, he's moving. Yeah.
Where's Zawabashi? He said he was going to watch over us.
Wow, what an asshole.
I mean,
Oh, no, I'm more worried about him. Like,
well,
something's happened.
he did say he gets lost really easily, or that he feels lost, or something. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Thankfully, Zawabashi emerges, comes up, crests over this little hill to return to the group, who have no idea how to even begin to look for Zawabashi. As his ex-roommate stutters, he gets lost. I'm honestly, as I've learned more about myself, I've had to push out facts about other people to fit more of me.
What's the person you've spent probably the most time, probably your closest friend.
Well, I mean, he said it
What's
recently.
his characteristic? He gets lost.
He said he wanted to join. He wanted the Colin thing because he felt lost, and that's what I remember as a most recent thing he said. So that's probably why he wasn't here. He got lost.
But he felt. Oh no! There he is.
Zawabashi, have
God.
you changed at all?
Did you get hot as well?
What do you look like?
No, I think if anything,
You got uglier. Cool.
no, like in reverse of drinking so much, like there's much more, like I don't know what's the word to put it. Like just the opposite of when you're drinking. There's a lot more fluid in your body. You're looking a little bit healthier.
The bags under your eyes are gone.
Yeah.
You're
wild.
not dehydrated? Is that what you're trying to say?
Not,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, not dehydrated.
Your lisp has gone too. Is that?
No, that's not. No, that's. I'm just describing.
Sorry.
Yeah, he just sounds like John now.
No, everything apart from that, everything else is the same, but his robes have turned a dark orange, and again on the back, on like the top back part, is just this like black ink print of a sun that just has rays that spread out across the back.
Nice.
And I'm just kind of walking up with my staff.
Buddy, looks good. I mean, I'm assuming we've all taken on new domains, yeah? Like that's what's happened here?
Yeah, I'm the god of chaos now.
Cool.
Creation and destruction.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those are two biggies.
Yeah.
That's like everything.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Including art.
Yeah. Jeez.
No,
Actually, yeah, she could.
I'll leave the art to you.
Oh, but like, yeah. That's, yeah, all right.
You can only attune to one.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Is Sprig gonna kill me?
Sprig's eyeing up Dara's weapon.
Are you gonna eat that?
I'm real glad I chose chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm now the God of Stories, subheading poetry, future god of art.
What do you mean future?
I don't know. It's I'm actualizing, self-actualizing.
He's manifesting.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's what I have.
Probably worth mentioning as well, my druidic circle has changed to wildfire.
Ooh. And does that manifest anything physically on you? This wildfire?
Not aesthetically, but it does mean that I have different spells.
But she smokes now.
I'm just smoking hot now.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, we're all smoking hot, actually,
Yeah.
aren't we? Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zawabashi, what's your new domain?
Hold on, we were talking about how hot we were.
We were talking about how we were. I am the major god of growth and individuality.
Oh, I love that.
And
That doesn't really have anything to do with poetry or art or stories. That's great.
no, it doesn't.
Congrats.
And I don't know whether this is more on like D&D terms and things, but I've changed my monastic tradition is now to wave the sun soul.
Ooh.
Cool.
Very relevant. Very, very apt.
Very, very cool.
You have a general glow about you.
Have
Yeah, I just noticed that.
yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. Yeah, and a little bit more tanned too. That's cool. Have you? Has anything about you and your abilities changed much? Like,
I'm more levels of wizard now. Still with a little bit of sorcerer
yeah, cool.
in me, but I'm
You're focusing on
Now.
that wizard training stuff.
like 90% wizard, not.
Great.
It's a little bit. I can still surge.
I
can still
myself,
wild magic surge.
I myself have yeah, you can tell that. Well, you look at Sprig and you can see that his magic has like, or he has a darker kind of like the purple jacket, you know, notwithstanding like this kind of more darker. Maybe he's got like eyeliner underneath his eyes, a little bit more
cool.
punk, you know. Yeah, no, I feel like I found a loophole. In
I was going to say
in
with the
system.
eyeliner, you look
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you've also gotten into Kiowa.
No. I've gotten into myself. So I have become a warlock. A warlock of a celestial patron. And so I've latched myself and made a deal with the god of stories.
Isn't that you?
So, yeah. So I have
You made a deal with yourself.
I made a deal with myself, and so I am a self-patron warlock.
How does that work?
So I grant myself power. by serving myself.
I have a question.
Wait,
Me,
what?
the player, I have a question. Not the character. Are you
Yeah.
still a bard?
Yeah.
Oh,
Partial bard, partial warlock.
cool.
Yeah.
How do you serve yourself?
Yeah.
By doing.
I mean, you don't
things-
need to tell us that actually.
by doing things that support me, increasing my followers, bringing myself greater worship and power.
But wait, you give yourself your own
I grant
power.
me gifts and favors as the god of stories. I give them to my warlock servant, Sprig Diggins.
But wait, could we all do that?
I don't know.
And does that create like a feedback loop
That seems fine.
where I'm gonna keep an eye on you in case I feel like you might just collapse in on yourself
First time he
magically.
casts a warlock spell, just implodes.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure this is full.
I was real aware of just magic
It's
now.
like
and
it's like a rechargeable battery charging a rechargeable battery. It's flawless, a flawless system.
Such a fascinating sentence. I'm pretty sure this is foolproof.
Yeah.
That's what they said on the Titanic, wasn't it? Oh,
Yeah.
pretty sure this is unsinkable.
On how hot we all are.
Are you about to proposition us?
Yes.
Fucking
Yes, I am. But don't freak out.
I'm not going to have sex with you, but if you'd like to have sex with me,
I'm a pillow princess.
I'm just going to lie down here.
So
If you happen to fall on my dick.
so here's the thing. Both.
I'll get you a tattoo after.
Here's the thing. Both Mallory and I are married to other people.
Okay.
That's right, yeah.
But I had a thought.
Wow.
Rude.
Congrats.
I'm constantly thinking. I had a thought. I love you guys.
Oh.
We've been through so much together.
Love you too.
You're all very important to me.
Yeah, I love you too, yeah.
And I would like to marry you all.
What?
I would like to wed myself to each of you.
I thought you were going to say, just like to
Wed
wed
myself.
myself. I was like, you would, yeah.
I want you all to be.
Excuse me. Sorry, I just wed myself. I'm so sorry. No, I would
What
just.
exactly?
Do you guys want to marry me?
Why?
He kind of kneels down and like,
No,
why?
I'm gonna stop you as you go to kneel down. But no, why? Why?
Because I love you guys.
There's more
I-
to it.
Yeah, there's plenty of people I love that I'm not married to.
I know, but
I mean,
if
the
we
person
become-
I'm married to, no, I feel bad saying this, but I'm not in love with Jed.
That's the thing. But if we become this new pantheon, I think this is just a way of us connecting together and, serving our people together, but also committing to each other.
Can I roll an investigation check or something just to see what have you got planned here? What?
It's a shame that Sprig has really set himself up that he's proposing to everyone, and everyone's reaction is, "What are you getting from this?
Exactly.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Please.
What's your end game here?"
I really want this to be a nat 20. Oh fuck! Hang on. Wait, investigation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or insight. What did you want?
Insight's better. 17.
Yeah.
I'll let you make this call.
Yeah.
Alex.
Sprig really wants to get married to you guys. What do you want to know more than that?
What's your plan with this commitment?
Is it a platonic marriage or
Yeah.
is it a romantic marriage?
I'm gonna
Either.
I'm gonna use the spell Telling Glimpse.
Oh yeah.
You need to make a wisdom saving throw, and then if you fail,
What is telling
it'll give me an
you?
insight. It'll give me
What I
advantage
roll?
on an insight
Oh,
check.
fuck.
Yeah,
19.
that'll do it.
What do I need to do?
He saved.
Oh, I'll. What do you want to know?
I'm just trying to do an insight check, and I want to get advantage on it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
We have silvery bobs.
I do.
Can
I'm
you
like-
just give yourself myself disadvantage on it? You can if you want. On my wisdom check.
No,
Like once per day, you can change your roll.
No. So, no, that's. I don't want to say anything other than that. Like, if you're interested, I love you guys, and I would like to.
I would agree to platonically marriage.
Yeah.
All of us.
Commitment to each other.
Just commit to each other as the new pantheon in a platonic.
I don't mind
A wedding,
committing, but I
marriage.
don't know why it has to be a wedding.
I think
Is that a no?
I think perhaps
I'm
some
just
kind
confused.
of ceremony to
Yeah.
say that we're connected, not necessarily married. I don't know if that's
Married is what I'm going for, though.
You seem real set on marriage.
No, they are. Listen, I personally am just gonna say.
I think from your 17 insight, you can tell that it would, like, that this is something he really, really wants.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I know that. That's easy to tell.
Yeah. But like, yeah.
Sprig doesn't
There's
want
something
things
more.
in half.
Yeah.
I am.
Either does or doesn't.
Yeah.
Yes. Sprig.
I would just simply. I can commit my loyalties by saying and doing. I don't personally want to marry you at this stage, but however, I'm happy to say that I'm committing to this.
Okay, I'm gonna bring the other three over and just. God, okay, I'll marry Sprig, and then we'll see what the go is, and maybe if it's just fine.
But what if you're trapped now?
Well, that's fine. Like, you're better me trapped than
Can
you
I
two, I
roll
guess.
a perception check to see if I overheard?
I've already
Yeah, absolutely.
agreed.
I'm probably not trying to speak loud. I'm just trying to speak just to the two of them.
I've
Yeah.
just never, as a DM, had so little idea what a player is doing,
15.
and been so content to just sit back and see how something plays out.
I have already agreed that I am perfectly fine to
You definitely heard.
commit myself to all three of you in a platonic way. I am committed to creating a new pantheon with all three of you.
But
and
being
if that
bound in marriage?
You can't hear us.
No,
you can't
we're-
hear us.
listen,
I rolled it in.
They can, but you're not in this conversation.
You're not in this conversation,
This is a
sorry.
sidebar.
you go ahead,
listen
go ahead.
to what I'm saying.
No, I
This
won't
is-
listen. I'll sit over here and you guys can talk.
I am actually talking to all three of you.
Oh,
now.
great.
Oh,
Hello.
okay.
If it means that you would like to get married, if that's what you need from me to confirm my commitment to this pantheon, I'm willing to do that because I am committed to the pantheon with the three of you.
Brilliant.
So I am agreeing to
Thank
it.
you, Dara. Yeah.
You're welcome. You two, I don't care.
I would absolutely do that with you, Dara, but the thing is that Sprig's heavy on the marriage thing, which is where I'm a little...
That's what Dara said. She'd be willing to do it as a marriage.
That's what I'm saying. I'm willing to commit myself to a platonic
To us.
marriage.
To each other.
To all of us.
Yeah.
Right.
If that's something that Sprig needs, okay, I know that you, Zawabashi, probably don't need to be married to me to know that I'm committed to you as within the pantheon. But this is what Sprig needs from us to show that we are united, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, I just know you, Sprig.
My God.
I don't want to force anyone. I put myself out there and I...
We are gods. We can do whatever the fuck we
Exactly.
want.
We make the
Okay?
rules. We make the rules.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, I'll do it.
Yeah. All right.
Amazing.
Thanks, guys.
Do we do it now?
Yeah, we can do it really, really quickly
We
right
can,
now.
we're again, we're gods. We
Yeah.
can just
No,
done.
yeah. No, you don't want to, or
You've been a wonderful roommate. And one of
Yeah, to be
My-
fair, you're the
if
one
not
who's lived with...
my best
Wait, we're
friends.
gonna have
Yeah.
to live together?
yeah.
I'm gonna sit this one out.
Okay.
Are we gonna have to live together?
No.
Oh.
We can do whatever we want, but we're committed to each other through marriage.
It's literally just the title of marriage.
Yeah.
Is literally.
I'm
just
gonna grab
to
both
show-
of your hands.
It's just to show that we're committed
I love you guys. I
to
love
each
you
other.
guys.
We love you too.
Love you too, Zawabashi,
Love
but
you
you're
guys
not
as
part
well.
of this marriage.
Hey, you can opt in if you want.
no,
later.
Hey,
at
I'm
a
sorry
later
if I
date.
change my mind.
And Sprig's gonna close his eyes and begin a marriage ceremony.
Oh my god, amazing.
And
I just need everyone listening
is
to
this
know.
the
We
ceremony
have-
spell?
We have joined hands.
I need
yeah.
the listeners to know that we are actually
holding hands
right
over
now.
everything. Yeah. And he does a long ceremony where he's like just kind of talking about his love for you guys and the things we're gonna do when we are serving the people of Nerium. We are married, but also for the next 7 days we both have a +2 bonus to our AC while we're in 30 feet of each other.
All of us.
Us three.
Oh my god, amazing.
I also need very specifically the end of this is a creature can benefit from this spell again only if widowed.
Yes.
Right.
We're dying all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. So, my husband, my wife, let's hang around each other and keep each other safe.
Amazing.
Yeah. So you can add a +2 to your AC so long as you're
Thank
30
you.
feet from me.
I I prefer spouse. by the way.
Spouse?
Thank
No,
you.
totally.
Thank you.
Are you also preferring of spouse or husband, or is there a different
Oh, just Mallory.
Mallory? Yeah. My spouse and my Mallory.
I think I just go and give you, or I would have picked flowers. at
Yeah.
least.
Oh, thank you.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
No, I ate mine.
Zawabashi's like doing the
Yeah,
rice
well,
thing.
Mazel tov.
You can
whatever
come
they
into this
say.
group hug, though. Come into this group hug.
Yeah,
all
okay.
together, and we all hug up.
Yeah, it's
so
a shame
funny.
Zawabashi's not also married and doesn't get the +2,
I
but
know.
that was my favourite rejection proposal ever. Look, you've been a great roommate. It's the best rejection of a proposal I've ever heard. So, having accepted your weapons,
And married.
ascended into a new level of godhood, and entered a polygamous marriage.
I don't know if it's polygamous if we're all
A
like.
platonic polygamous marriage.
I mean, two of you were technically already married, and have
To
now
other
married.
people, but
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Does that mean Ched's in?
No, because
Okay. He wasn't here for this one.
No.
No. We are married to each other.
Yeah.
So,
That's so funny.
is there anything further to be done in
Oh.
this field?
So, do we want to go back?
Yeah, shall we press the button on these little amulets?
Yeah.
All right.
You press your own buttons.
No, we move out and we all press the person next to us as well.
I press Zawabashi's button.
Okay, so then I'll press star as button.
I'll press Mallory.
And I'll press Sprig.
Great. You
I
all,
missed.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say you all awkwardly slap out at each other's buttons. Mallory misses and just slaps.
Thank God it's alright.
Slaps Sprig across the face.
Ow.
You are pulled out of this field. You see the continent of Nerium rushing away underneath you as you are pulled as if by rope across the land and suddenly stop on the steps of the Lord's Manor at the center of Archcliffe, where you left. The first thing you notice is the heat and the light. The entire town is bathed in this golden light with this intense simmering heat, like the hottest summer day on record. This light and this heat is concerning for two reasons. One, you can clearly see a full moon in the sky. Not distant like you would see in the middle of the day. It is large and it is close. It is the middle of the night. And this light does not have a source. This light fills every corner, every nook and cranny of Archcliffe. There are no shadows anywhere. The light source seems to be everywhere. High above the city, spread out and floating, are hundreds of angels. The armies of Solinar float above Archcliffe, staring down upon its citizens, keeping close eye. You see an angel stretch out a hand, single finger, and boom, cast this spell, this ray of radiant energy that slices down between two buildings and impacts the ground. You hear the screams of a few citizens. You cannot see what has happened, but you know that powerful, brutal magic is being unleashed to keep the citizens of Archcliffe in line. Then behind you, you hear a voice. Well, it's about time you showed up. You turn, and sitting in his throne is Lord Bowler.
What?
He's not dead.
Fuck it.
He's not dead, and I'm not married to the little gnome. But I'm married to you guys.
Yeah! Yeah, Mallory and I are like, the fuck, bro? We're right here.
You're not little gnomes. I'm not married to that woman. I can't even remember her name.
Tell me what Chad's doing. And then I also do fuck that orc.
And that is where we will end our session.
Thanks for listening to Forgotten Gods. Subscribe to our Patreon for more behind-the-scenes content, and follow Adventuring Portal on Facebook and Instagram to keep up to date with everything. For more on what we're doing outside of podcasting and in the world of theatre and comedy, check out Rising Arts Productions on Facebook and Instagram.
Hello! Just giving a big shout out to all of our Patreon members, being Alex Cuff, Samantha Sweeting, and Emily Hess, from the big love and spirit of Kevin Langley. Wherever the road may take you, I hope you get there.
This has been a Rising Arts production.